Okay, let's do this. So I am gonna start this series where I will be naming this series like this is the whole point. And the reason why I kind of want to make this series is that I have the freedom to do whatever I want on this channel. As you can see, if you've already seen my videos, most of them are like traveling, me also giving tips about traveling and everything that I know about traveling, but also kind of want to be here to share my experience, but I also want to grow as a person. And I feel like starting this journey is actually going to help me. So this is part one, or like episode one of this series, which I'm gonna call This is the Whole Point. And the main point of this whole series, as the name said, is literally just me trying to just prove something to myself, especially in terms of like consistency and also just a way of showing up, like the fact that I do believe in, people who says showing up even when, even when you don't feel like it, because that's when it actually does matter. As someone who've done a lot of things in this life that I thought were so impossible for me, I have literally come to the terms of, yeah, actually those days, some of those days I literally was just showing up even when I did not feel like showing up. And at the end of the day, I got the job done. And that's the whole point of me trying to, make this whole series. And I will be showing up in terms of like topics, what I'll be talking about. And it doesn't matter if it's going to be like the best. It's not going to be like the best production, because honestly, I don't think that's the whole point. But what I think is the whole point is literally just me showing up for myself in a way that I know is authentic to me, and in a way that also makes me happy. So yeah, in this part of this, like, part one, I kind of just wanted to touch on that, like, in things of like showing up even when you don't feel like it. I am now with this content creating thing, maybe like 1 year now. I'm 1 year in, because I started consistently like January of 2025. And since then, I have just been like, this is something I want to do. Like, this is something that's pulling me. It's so much pulling me that, to the fact that I'm like, even the days that I'm like, oh, today maybe I'm not going to post anything, I just end up posting, even though I say, or like, even though I feel like, oh, maybe today I'm just going to skip, or like today it's just one of those days where I don't feel like doing this, but I still show up. And for me, I think that's a sign that this is the thing for me, and maybe it's just a phase that I need to be in, and I need to accept that in my life. So I am not fighting it, I am not letting it anything. So I am just here trying to just make what makes me happy, but also just what is authentic to me and my life in this part of my life. Because something I've actually came to realize about this whole thing called life, guys, literally, I am not even here to give like inspiration or anything, but also something I've actually realized for myself is actually that, like, you don't have to stress. Like, most of these things always work out in their own ways. And I don't know if this is something that's just normal for everyone, but like, I don't think it is, because I've met other people who are just like stressing over things they cannot control, honestly. And I am just like, you know what, this is something you can't control. It's literally out of your control. Like, why are you stressing about it? So for me, I literally believe in that saying of like, if it's out of your control, you can't control it. Control only what's in your control. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, the saying goes something like that. But I don't really know the actual saying. But yeah, I do believe in that, and because of that, I also try to live the life that is like happy for me and good for me. And even when I do things, I also, of course, I will consider other people and just understand where other people are coming from. But if it's anything concerning me, that is something I take very serious, and I also take it with everything that I can. But I also don't take it to heart, like, um like that, to make it be the thing that does not make me happy. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, the whole point of me making this series, honestly, I kind of just want to be yapping. Okay. Like, I want to have this space where I will be able to just put on the camera and talk. And honestly, I don't think there's any people, like a lot of people that's watching me anyways. So it's not like I'm expecting thousands and thousands of people watching this. But if they do, I hope for the best. But also, I kind of just want to make this for myself and also kind of encourage myself. Even you too, if you need some encouragement, I don't know if you do, but if you do, just like try to show up on the days that you, especially on the days that don't feel like it. Let me give you an example. Like, now on my TikTok, I am posting 2 posts a day. I'm actually posting on my TikTok, but I'm also posting on my Instagram, on my Facebook as well. And when I first started, as I said last year, when I first started and I said I was going to be showing up for my TikTok, I said I was only going to be posting 1 video a day. And I was so consistent with that, to the fact that some days I was even posting three posts, 4 posts. Like, I was just so consistent. And maybe because I just came on to fall in love with this content creating thing, and maybe that's why it comes easy to me. But the fact that it's even one thing that I'm able to be this consistent with, it's so crazy. And I made one video, I remember, when I was just starting my journey on TikTok, and I made one video that I was like, I'm gonna start posting every day, and this is kind of me wanting to hold myself accountable for the days that I don't feel like posting, or the days that I'm like, maybe I'm gonna skip today. So I made that video, and honestly, at that time, I also said, I think it was in the line, the words in this line, like, I said, I am not a person who is usually very consistent. But I also looked back and I'm like, you know what? Like, after saying that video, I said, yeah, in some things I'm not consistent, but I also feel like it really depends on what thing is. Because if I look into my life, there's been days, like, things that I'm very much consistent with, and I have achieved them. Let's say, for example, like, uni was something that I needed to be consistent with. It was something that I put my all into it, and because I loved my uni experience, but I also just love being at uni and doing all the uni work. And even though sometimes it was very stressful, like, obviously, if you've been to college, if you've been to uni, you know the stress, right? But there were days that I was literally just showing up because I feel like I have to, but also days that I felt like I am not feeling it, but I have to be here. And I feel like those are the days that actually matter the most. Because when you're in uni, let's say, example, if you're in uni, if you've had this experience as well, it's like you have an assignment, but you don't know where to start. You don't know where, literally, it's just like so confusing. Everything is like so confusing, and you're like, where, and the teacher's trying to explain, but you're nowhere to getting it. But the days that you literally just put in the work, you say, okay, personally, I would be like, okay, if I stay in bed, I'm literally not gonna get anything done. I will shower, get ready, get everything, go to uni, just go sit in the library, and I will end up getting things done. And that always surprised me. So when I was making that video, me saying, like, I usually am not very consistent with things, I also looked back and I'm like, I think I have been very consistent with some things. So yeah, as much as there is a part of me that feels like I'm not doing enough, or like maybe I am not as consistent as I would like to be, I also would want to give myself credit, for the days that I have been consistent, and the days that I have been able to show up even when it doesn't feel like it. And again, as I said, I feel like this is the whole point of this series. So I'll just be yapping a lot in this series. So this is part one already, and I feel like I'm already getting the momentum, like literally getting the whole point. And yeah, I want to document this. I want to document this journey of myself, and I want to see where this is going to lead me. Like, where is this taking me? Where is this taking me? Talking of consistent and everything and just showing up in a way, I feel like gym was also something that I do not give myself credit for. I started gym back in 2021, and when I started gym, I was really like, let's see how this thing goes. It's not really for me. I've seen people who goes to the gym and I don't think I like that. Like, I also used to have this image in my brain, like people who goes to the gym, they're only there to kind of just like be buff and like just be big in a way, and then I came to realize actually there are a lot of people who goes to the gym for a lot of reasons. Okay. And I remember this one girl, she was like she was skinny, right? And of course, because I had this image of people going to the gym because they want to be big, I did not realize that she was in the gym also to gain weight. And I was like, why are you in the gym? Like, your body's good, like you're skinny. Most people would want that. She was like, yeah, this is like a good body, but for me it's not. Like, I am not happy with this body. I think it could be better, and I think it could, I could just improve. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. So when I started my gym journey, I wanted to just lose weight, right? And for that time, I was just like, I'm focusing on losing weight. And honestly, if you've come to find out anything, if you know anything about gym is not just enough, especially when it comes to losing weight. You need to also eat good. You need to take care of things, like you need to be walking, you need to do other exercises. Like, gym is good, but it's only a percent of what you actually need for you to achieve what you want. And for me at that time when I started, I did not know that. I did not know that. I was just so like, oh, I want to lose weight, but I'm also so scared that I don't want to get bigger. Like, I don't want to get puff. And at that time, I was just like, now I'm looking back and I'm like, girl, that's crazy. And for a lot of people, that's still their mentality. So when someone tells me, you're a woman, why are you going to the gym? You want to be like a man? I'm like, you don't get it, do you? You don't. And that's okay. Like, I don't blame them because I was there as well. I never used to understand. So now that I've been able to be consistent with the gym and I have been able to see the results, first of all, I've been able to literally hit my goal of the body that I have always wanted, and the body that made me to even go to the gym. I am just like, wow, girl, without the consistency, and without the days that you felt like you didn't want to go, I don't think you could have made it this far, right? And now I'm just like, gym is one of the places that I love going. It's literally my second home because it just makes me feel good. I love being in the gym. I love seeing other people in the gym. I love working out. I love seeing other people work out. And it's just like, it's so fulfilling. And I am so glad I even showed up for the days that I did not feel like showing up. I am so glad that I said one day I'm going to go to the gym, and I actually went and I never looked back. I am so glad that, on those days where I was just like, today is one of those days, I took a rest because I needed to. So, because I also feel like resting is also as important as also showing up. But as much as you also need the rest, sometimes I don't think you need a rest. I don't think you need a rest. As someone who values their rest, like, trust me, I value my sleeping time, I value my resting time, I value my me time. But I also do believe that sometimes you actually do not need the rest, because if you rested yesterday, do you also want to rest today? Do you also want to rest tomorrow? Like, what is going to be get done? Like, what do you expect? What are you actually expecting to come out of this resting? Yes, as much as I do value resting, and I am all for, take your time, take days off, do this, just take the time on your for yourself. I also just think that sometimes it's not the rest that you need. You're just lazy, and your body is just like in that resting mode to the point that you're like, maybe today is another rest day. But it's actually not, babe. It's actually not. Anyways, I literally feel like I could go on and on about this showing up thing, but I also just wanted to touch this and also just talk, because why not? I feel like I have so much to say that I'm just like, I could go on and on and on about this whole thing. So yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna start this series. I'm so excited for this series because I don't know what's coming. I don't know what I am gonna get out of this specifically, but I woke up today and this is something I really felt like I want to do. So I definitely know there's a reason why, even though for now, like today, I do not know is that exactly the whole reason why I woke up with this urge to do this. I only know it's because I really want to stay consistent, but I also want to show up on days like this or days that I don't feel like, or I just want to prove something to myself. I know that for sure, but I also feel like there's a bigger reason why I even started this. So thank you for watching if you stayed this long, and I hope that my yapping was somehow anyhow helping you, but I also really wanted to make this so it could also help me. And I'm so excited for this internet thing because I feel like I could go back and go watch these videos back, and it will be something that I'll be very proud of. Okay, I'm so glad I started today. So I hope you also start some days, and I hope you also gonna continue showing up on the days that you don't feel like it. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. See you guys. Who am I talking to?